Hey, it's Udi. Let's have a look at LoopCloud. So what is LoopCloud? Why should you use LoopCloud? How to use LoopCloud? What kind of free stuff you get with it, and anything in between. So let's just dive in. What is LoopCloud? LoopCloud is kind of a way for us to search and organize samples, right? And it can be either our own samples or samples that are coming from the LoopCloud itself, from the collection that they have in LoopCloud. And you don't have to pay anything. It's free to start with, but it is based on a system of subscription and points. So it's kind of a credit stuff, and you can find a lot of free content here, and I'll show you that in a moment. But let's get started. Let's go to the beginning. So when you go to LoopCloud, that's basically the website here, loopcloud.com. What you need to do is you open up your account. You don't have to pay anything. Download the software. Just click download here. Get it for Windows or Mac, and you can also install the plugin suite. And you have the LoopCloud Drum and LoopCloud Play, and I'll show you how to work with them in a separate video. So let's go now to the actual application. And when you get to the application, you have to set it up. You have to log in. You have to tell it where is your sample library, where do you want to keep the downloaded samples and whatnot, but I'm not going through that. So assuming you have all the basics running, then what you get is this view here. You see all these sample packs, and down here you see the sample editor, which has 8 tracks, and we'll get to that in a separate video as well. I'll show you how to use it. Maybe I'll show you a little bit at the end of this video. And then you can just click on any of these, let's say, packs here, and you'll see that you get all the samples. So you can use samples from one or more sample packs. And here we have that dark side melodic techno, and I can filter it by going to, let's say, hi-hats, and now I see only the hi-hats of that pack. And I can audition something, and don't be alarmed if you hear the tweeting, the birds and stuff. They injected it in so you don't steal those samples before you buy them. But if you audition your own or free stuff, then you don't hear the tweeting sound. So don't worry about it, and it's just for the auditioning. So, and you can go and click on clap, and you'll see all the claps, and you can listen. Claps or whatever that is. And so again, you can continue and say, okay, I just want to see the free stuff. And right now there is no free claps, but if you just click here free, you'll see that there's a whole bunch of free samples included in this particular sample pack, and you can click the free icon here and get it. And now the icon changed to like a desktop and cloud. So that's the idea here. But you can also search freely, like you open up a new tab, and you can just search for something. For example, I want to search for let's say kick. How corny. And there you go. So I have a bunch of kicks here, and I have a bunch of sample packs that includes kicks, right? So I can I can audition those here, or I can just show all, click the show all, and I'll see all these packs that includes the search item that I just selected, and I can click on any of these packs, and again I'll see the samples included. So this is the basic stuff. Now if I want to purchase whatever sample, I like this sample, so all I need to do is click here, and that's it. I just purchased that sample, and it's downloaded into my library. So now, before we continue any further, let me show you the library. So here you have the library, and these are the tabs that I already have open, and I can go back to any of them. Let's close them, and let's have a quick look at the library. So you can't really close the library or the home tab. So this is my library. This is my own, and the blue folders are my folders, my local folders. And the other ones, you can see that I have cloud storage here. So if you have subscription, then you get some cloud storage, and you can upload the samples and use them anywhere. And these are some of the sample packs or the samples that I got for free. And the sample here, this is my own library. So let me click this. And these are just samples that I purchased or collected over the years. And I can also add more samples by clicking the icon here, the button here. I'll just click this. Let's go to my documents and select some more. Let's see. I have my own samples, the Udi Audio samples, Lodas, Space War, some drum sample pack. Let's get that. So I click that, and there you go. They're adding up. So once you add your own samples, the LoopCloud will get them analyzed. It will give you the different keys and BPM and other stuff. And it will ask you, do you want to copy to the cloud storage? Yes, I want. Now I have some duplicate because this is something that I had before. So yeah, I can say replace in my case here. And there you go. So I have my own samples here, and if I want to audition any of them, it's pretty easy. So let's do this. I'll just right click on these slots here and clear all tracks. Let's get something going. I'll just get a kick here, and this is my kick. There you go. And I can go to track 2 and say, hey, let's get some snares going. And yeah, let's play that. Now, of course, they play together at the same time, but as you can see here, there's a lot of tools, and we'll cover that in in separate videos. But I'll show you something pretty cool. Click the pattern here, go to basics and snare, and there you go. Now I have my snare ready, and that's it. So basic stuff. And I can do that for my kick. For example, I'll go here and kick, and let's get some, I don't know, hip hop kick, and listen. So this is really helpful for me to get a sense of the samples and, get some ideas flowing. And as I said, we'll cover that in a separate video. And I can go on and on. I can go to track 3 and select, close hats, pattern. Let's have hats and shakers, and listen to that. So this is already pretty cool. Now let's go back to our home page here. And again, I can do several searches here. I can go to genre, go to chill out, for example, and I'll see all kinds of samples related to that search term. And you can see up here, chill out, and I can also say bass, for example, and now I have a whole bunch of bass samples. Let's hear that. Yeah, again, I replaced, unfortunately, I replaced my my hats here, but it doesn't matter. So I can go on and say, okay, maybe I'll use this thing here, and I'll change the preset here to something else. And now let's listen. Right, and I can continue more, you know, to select more and more instruments. But I can also go and say, okay, this is chill out, fine. Let's do show all. And maybe I want to audition something specific from, you know, from any of these packs. So yeah, let's I don't know, let's take this one and see what we got here. So I have the information about this pack, and it's loading all the samples, and you can see there's a lot of samples here. So I can also buy the entire pack, right? But it's gonna cost quite a lot of points. I don't know if I need everything, so I can purchase any of the individual samples here. But let's listen to something. So I want some hi-hats. And I can, again, say, hey, let's do just the one shots, and maybe they have some free stuff. No free stuff. Okay, fine. Let's get the first one, and let's turn this into something. I'll get hats and techno hats, I don't know, and let's start. And I can already give you some hints here, so it's too loud. Fine, I'll just click here and drag, and you can see that the volume will be, you know, the gain will be -15. Fine, so that's the idea here, and I can go on, and if I want something else, then I can go and, you know, close this one. I can do another search, vocals, for example. So let's find vocals.
Them fi know them can't test this sound. Them fi know them can't test this sound. Them fi know them can't test this sound. Them fi know them can't test this. Them fi know them can't test this sound. Drop it low. Drop it low. Drop it low. Drop it low.
To the party. Welcome to the party. Welcome.
So that's, you know, that's pretty easy, and you can go on and on. So let's summarize what we have so far. So we installed the LoopCloud application. We can go to our library and select whatever, you know, whatever samples from our own library or from any downloaded samples. We can audition the samples, search for them, and purchase any of the samples using our credit. And this is pretty easy. And you don't have to, I mean, there's so many free samples here. Even if you're not planning to, you know, to purchase anything, then I would definitely say, you know, go for it and check it out. And so what I suggest is play with that, install that, and I'll meet you in the next video where we will, you know, further play with this sample editor here and see what can be done. So I'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.